Think back to when you were 8 years old. Other kids were learning how to ride bikes. Other kids were scraping their knees. What were you doing? You were listening to your mother complain about your father. You were making sure your little brother ate dinner. You were scanning the room to see if dad was in a good mood or a bad mood. People called you mature for your age. They called you an old soul. They were wrong. You weren't mature. You were traumatized. Being mature at age 8 just means the adults in the room failed at their job. So you had to take it. You weren't a daughter. You were an unpaid intern. You managed the emotions of 2 grown adults before you even knew multiplication. And now, you are tired. You feel guilty when you sit down. You feel responsible for everyone's happiness. You are still working that internship, waiting for a promotion that is never coming. Why did you do it? Why did a child decide to carry the family? It wasn't a choice. It was survival. Kids are biologically wired to need safety. If your parents are unstable, or addicted, or immature, there is no safety. So your brain made a deal. If I fix the problems, we survive. If I keep mom happy, we eat. If I keep dad calm, nobody gets yelled at. You didn't do it out of love. You did it out of fear. You learned a terrible lesson. Love is a transaction. You are only valuable if you are useful. If you aren't fixing a crisis, you feel invisible. That is why you can't relax today. To your nervous system, relaxing means getting fired. But the work you did wasn't just physical. The real damage happened in the dark when they made you an accomplice to their secrets. Psychologists have a polite name for this, parentification. But let's call it what it really is. Role reversal. You didn't just cook dinner. You absorbed their trauma. This is the killer. Emotional parentification. This is when a parent treats their child like a partner. Your mom told you about her marriage problems. Your dad vented about his depression. Psychologists call this covert incest. It sounds gross because it is. They dumped adult data into a child's hard drive. Your brain wasn't built for that data. So you adapted. You developed hyper-vigilance. You became a bomb squad technician. You know exactly which tone of voice means an explosion is coming. You track their moods like data points. You became an expert in their feelings and a stranger to your own. You were trained to be a mood regulator, not a human being. Here is the hard truth about your adult life. You think you are a control freak. You think you are just type A and organized. No, you are scared. Your need for control is just a reaction to a childhood that was out of control. If you stop organizing, you think the world ends. And this employee mindset infected your love life. You don't date partners. You hire projects. You look for broken men because fixing them is the only job you know how to do. A stable partner feels boring to you. If there is no crisis to fix, you don't know how to bond. You are trying to replay your childhood. You think, if I can fix this guy, maybe I'm finally good enough. You are addicted to being needed. You sacrificed your childhood to buy your parents' stability. It was a bad trade. How do you break the cycle? You don't heal from a job you are still working. You have to quit. You need to hand in your resignation letter to your own family. You have to fire yourself from the position of general manager. When your mom calls to complain about dad, say, I can't help you with that. When your siblings refuse to grow up, let them fail. This is the hardest part. You have to watch them stumble. You will feel guilty. It will burn. Let it burn. Guilt is just a withdrawal symptom. You are not their parent. You are their sister. You are their daughter. You have done enough work. The shift is over. It is weird to be a child when you are 30, but you need to reclaim the time you lost. Be irresponsible. Be useless. Find a hobby that produces nothing. Sit in a room and let the silence happen. You don't need to earn your seat at the table. You exist. That is enough. You are retired. Act like it.